Hello, hello, my magic bringers. Welcome to this week's episode of Magic Bringers Rising for October 23rd through the 29th. Samhain is so close now, but we have some clearing to do. So find out what's going down this week in today's episode. Welcome to Magic Bringers Rising Chats, a show by Super Secret Powers. I'm your host, Lindsay Baldessano, and let's get ready for a dose of energy healing, channeled guidance, and humor to keep your intuitive flow open and your roots grounded so you can weave the life of healing, spiritual purpose, and magic that you want. Now, before the veils begin to thicken again and the mists of the magical world begin to close in on us, I want to invite you to a magical, intimate community where intuition meets empowerment and magic intertwines with self-discovery. I want to introduce you to the Queen of Your Inner Realms Circle. And it is a place where you are safe and you are held, and you get to enter into sacred energy and sacred circle time with like-minded women, like spirited women. And we get to revel in the enchantment of the Sabbats and howl at the full moon together and draw cards in the sacred circle on new moon. And of course, there is a whole wisdom vault that is full of over 38 teachings, everything about how to trust your intuition, how to fix your empathy. I'm not a fixer, but yeah, let's just say that for now. How to get, that relationship to you, yourself, your feels, what you pick up from others straight, your boundaries straightened out again. And a whole section of that vault is just light language transmissions, sound baths, and meditations. Things you can just pick up, put down whenever you need to. And this is not something that we're all going through together. I mean, we are, because we're all in the group together, but you really get to investigate and explore and begin to develop the skills, because there's a whole bunch of how-tos in the vault on your own time, at your own pace, when you need it, that instant access to the things you need to know about really coming into your confidence, skill-wise, practice-wise, because we do offer opportunities to practice in the circle, to practice a new skill, practice reading for others, practice just to gain your confidence and get your experience up with it. And of course, then there's community. I mean, so many of us feel like we don't belong anywhere. We haven't lived a life where we can, tell our parents or, the prospective first date people, like, oh, by the way, I'm a witch, or, oh, by the way, like, I speak to my guides every day. It's usually not the first thing out of our mouths, because we've already been trained and conditioned to believe that there's something unacceptable about it, that there's something unreal about it, and then about us, because we believe it, because we know it, because it's been our personal experience. Yeah, let's leave all that behind, because we're all a little weird here. We all have our own unique magics, and it's time to really start opening up these conversations in ourselves, with ourselves, and with each other, about what this really means to all of us, to be witch, to be other, to be a light worker, to be a starseed, to be a channel or a medium. These are the conversations I want to have, don't you? Anyway, look in the show notes for the link to join. It's only $33 a month. There are a couple different support options you can look for, including even custom breakthrough packages. So yeah, it won't be $33 for long, and the sales close for this Sunday night. So the 22nd, because then we go into Samhain and we have, some things planned for people in the group coming in and for people in the group for Samhain that, we kind of want to have closed doors. We don't want to have to deal with onboarding and everything else while we're doing Samhain stuff, because that's deep magic and it needs its own time and space, just like you and your connection with the divine, your soul, and your abilities. All right, look for that link and please consider joining. I mean, there's no reason not to at that price for what you get. I mean, how I pay $33 a month just for the sound baths. So really the only thing you have to think about is this your time? Are you going to let this invitation pass you by again? Certainly hope not. All right. On to the episode, though. we are still in the middle of eclipse, and we are still in the middle of a few retrogrades. But things are getting all kinds of stirred up. And at least for me, it's like in the best way possible. So how has your life been getting stirred up? What has become untenable? And what actions are you being nudged to take to really rectify the foundations of your life to make sure that you are building on solid ground as we go forward into 2024? I mean, they're big questions. They really are. And it's stuff you might have to take a deep breath into. But if you feel the call, and I'm not even just talking about like the offer I just made, but if you feel the call, what is really stopping you? I mean, isn't this the time? Isn't this the sign? Because this energy is only going to increase over this next week. So if you've been feeling nudges, expect them to increase. Expect the pressure to rise a little if you haven't taken action to say yes to this and commit to it on some level. Even if that's, yes, I accept this. Let me set aside the time to look at it more, to do more research. But like, taking that positive stance and being that leader in your life and saying, yes, I'm actually going to make this commitment. That's what the universe is looking for. And that's what's going to start straightening out a lot of this eclipse energy in your life if you feel like it's been a little chaotic. Now, I've been following my own energy and I made the decisions already, or at least some of them. There's still one where I'm a little like, I don't know. I don't know if that's my thing or if it's just something I have to be here for, but we'll see. And it's been a pretty darn good personal eclipse season. So it doesn't have to sink you. It doesn't have to stop you. It doesn't mean you have to all of a sudden instantaneously pivot in, 48 hours with a complete life overhaul. But it does mean you should make some decisions and certainly commit to the follow through on that. And it doesn't have to be now. Remember last week we were saying, don't be impulsive. Yeah, no, don't be impulsive. Still don't be impulsive. But do look at how you can make those first steps toward committing to what these nudges have been telling you over this last week, maybe 2 weeks, right before eclipse. And then into eclipse. And now we're finishing up eclipse. And by the end of the week, we'll be done with eclipses, or, when we hit next weekend. And we'll still be in a bit of a shadow period until, the active direct eclipse energy begins to wane off again until April. So we have a lot of little moving parts as the week goes through. I mean, Monday we have a Sun trine Saturn. Tuesday, we have Mars and Mercury doing a thing. Wednesday, we have Venus doing a thing. Thursday, we have Uranus and Venus doing a thing together. And then we are coming into like full-blown eclipse energy time as we come through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So lots of things to move through. But like I was saying, it doesn't have to be all heavy. It doesn't have to be all, I feel like I'm behind the 8 ball. If you're making the time that you need to make in order to somehow acknowledge and confirm that, message received, on your nudges, on what this eclipse season has been bringing forward for you. I mean, this is a very interesting one because this eclipse season, because we had our first moon in the new Aries Libra cycle. I just read it. I'm tired today. My dog was having an issue last night in the middle of the night at 4 a.m. Yay. Which means that this coming full moon is the last one of the Taurus Scorpio cycle for the lunar nodes. So it's a whole new 2-year theme, trend, feel that we are transitioning out of and then into the Aries one. And so we're kind of transitioning out of the energy where we're healing our ideas and our wounds and our shadow stuff around power and authority. So underuse or overuse. One or the other, right? That's where the wounds lie. So if you haven't been feeling empowered, if you've just been letting life happen to you, or if you've been letting other people make decisions in your life, these last 2 years have certainly been a life lesson for you on your own authority and your own impact in your own life, just by stepping up and voicing your opinions or your discussion argument points, but let's say from a debate standpoint and not like a full-on fight. And we're going into now for 2024 this energy of all mastery, of shameless expression, but that also kind of comes with like radical self-acceptance. So a time to be brash, but a time to also kind of balance that out with how we can really live that and not just live from one high moment to another, because we can't do that. That's not how energy really works. It's a flow, and it's in a constant ebb and flow. No, I'm fine. Growth and ebb state. And we need to be able to navigate ourselves and lead ourselves through our own energy and our own vitality and the energy of the collective around us and the cosmos. And, that's really what it means to come into maturity and mastery and self-mastery as somebody who delves into the metaphysics and the occult. It's how you begin to hone your will so that things like spells and manifestation and whatnot really begin to take root as something real in your life that you can rely on as a skill. So next week, even after the eclipse, and as we're coming into November and over Samhain, it's amazing energy. We have Master 11 days, we have cosmic heights, we have all of this energy prompting us to step up in our lives and step up for ourselves and step out and up and be visible and be heard for going after what we actually want. And that doesn't mean it has to be a big thing. It could just be taking, I won't even give examples because there's so much at play. But, really follow your feels, follow where your values are as you're coming into this energy even deeper, and trust yourself. absolutely, definitely trust yourself. All right. All right. On to light language. So here we are. This is the weekly cosmic healing time, formerly known as light language time. I haven't decided on that name yet. We'll see. But today totally feels like it needs to be a tuning fork kind of day. So I have my tuning forks out here. I feel like there's still a lot of clearing that could happen, especially as we come to the point of really needing to make some decisions this coming week, or at least some priority resets. But always keep, where you're going to go in 2024 in mind. Because I really think that that is what the energy is, that we're kind of having some kind of preview of what the 8 energy of next year, I can't say it today, numerologically speaking, that we're getting the preview of that beautiful energy of, and I don't want to say ambitions, but hopes rising and small victories. And this idea of balance, of things finally balancing out from this whole Scorpio thing of, and the Pluto thing of, let's pull all the secrets out of the closet. So I feel like we have to start looking for where that balance is and where we want to be as that balance comes in. And as that balance begins to work in the favor of the people, because that is also a big theme that's going to be coming up in 2024 is like we the people. Who are we as a nation, as a collective, as a group? What do we stand for? That kind of stuff. Whew, heavier. But just take a few deep breaths with me. And while this might be simply on the surface looking like just a tuning fork, mini sound healing thing, I do feel like the guides are really here with me behind this. So there's probably more transmissions coming through than just what's going on with the tuning forks. So as you take your deep breaths, just sink in as deeply as you can into this safe moment, knowing that nothing has to bother you for the next couple minutes. This is just about you. About you sinking in and relaxing your body so you can just be. Just be for a little while with me. I know maybe it wasn't all something you can really clearly hear. Certainly do re-listen to this with some headphones on and maybe listen to it a couple times. Some of the tones aren't, maybe something you're used to, but I feel my heart. Oh, thank you, Eclipse. Oh, that just cleared a whole lot of stuff out for me, and I hope it did for you. And, really use this over this next week as we really dip into some interesting energies that'll show us different things and different reasons about why maybe we need to make a different choice and really build on some different foundations or strengthen our foundations in a different way. Something we haven't tried before or have been afraid to do. All right. I hope this has helped. Please like, follow, share this Magic Bringers Rising episodes, all of your wishy, lightworkery, starseedy friends. Can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to meet them all. In the Queen of Your Inner Realms group. Remember to look in the show notes for the link for that. And I will see you on Wednesday for the Living with Intuition video right before Samhain. Yay. This is Halloween, right? Right. Brightest blessings.